The following is a Dowling Catholic sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio. Coverage of Dowling Catholic High School basketball is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Construction Professionals, Dental Associates, Kemen, Mercy One, and Tamia & Sons. Thank you for supporting Dowling Catholic basketball on Iowa Catholic Radio. 1150 AM, 88.5 FM, 94.5 FM, streaming at iowacatholicradio.com and on the Iowa Catholic Radio app.
And good afternoon and welcome to Wells Fargo Arena here in downtown Des Moines as we get set for the boys state basketball tournament. And this will be the final game in Class 4A as the game just got over moments ago. It was Ankeny, the Hawks, defeating third-seeded Iowa City West 68-54 in a mild upset in Class 4A. So now we have three from the Des Moines area in the Final Four in Class 4A. Mark Amadale joined by Mike Swaim. And Swaimer, good afternoon. And, yeah, my voice is back. So are you. And we'll put you on that second chair right now. And I appreciate you being here, buddy.
I like the second chair a lot better than that first chair. So good to be here, Mark. And, let's hope that you just mentioned three teams have already made it to the semis in 4A from the CIML conference. Let's hope we've got a fourth here this afternoon with Dowling maybe trying to be able to get a victory against Cedar Falls.
Absolutely. Well, last night it was Waukee and Ankeny Centennial advancing out of the CIML. And this morning, and right now we're at the noon hour, it was Ankeny. So both Ankeny teams in the Final Four, and the last game has Dowling's game. It's Dowling and Cedar Falls, two teams that haven't played that God knows how long. And this is the first time they've matched up. But Cedar Falls, the two-time defending champion in Class 4A, they have one starter back from last year. He was the All-Mississippi Valley Player of the Year, and that's Josh Allendike, their outstanding guard for Cedar Falls. But Dowling coming in, playing tremendous defense in the sub-states.
No question about it, Mark. And you mentioned Cedar Falls. They only have one starter back from that team, but Chase Corbett is a high-level D1 recruit. Right now he's got an offer from UNI, so he's 6'9". That's going to be an interesting matchup between he and Ryan Riggs in the post. And then, of course, you mentioned Josh Allendike, averaging around 11.4 points a game. So that's going to be a great matchup. But Dowling has been they have been winning games with their defense all year, and they've been winning games when they can get the ball inside, control the boards, and then score in transition. And if that formula holds true today, I think we're going to have a great matchup on our hands. I think Dowling will be able to give Cedar Falls all they want.
All right, well, earlier I caught up with Dowling head boys basketball coach Michael Connor, and believe it or not, the first time ever Dowling has came back to the state tournament in consecutive years. All the Dowling teams, you go way back to when it all started, the championship years, they've never been back-to-back. This is the first time, and Michael Connor now leading the Dowling team for the fifth time here at the state tournament, passing John Labonia, who took Dowling four times. But earlier I caught up with Coach Michael Connor, and here's some of that tape that I broadcast.
Joined by Michael O'Connor, the Dowling boys head basketball coach here on the pregame show. And Coach O'Connor, congratulations on the state tournament berth. First time back-to-back for Dowling in its history. And what a win at Council Bluffs last Tuesday. That was just tremendous. And good to talk to you today.
Thanks, Hamill. Good to be here. Thanks for the well wishes and the congratulations. It was a great win last Tuesday. Kids did a fantastic job. Really coming out and setting the tone early with their defense and their rebounding, and that kind of carried us through the game. Back-to-back appearances, that's a really cool thing, something that we're awfully excited about and awfully proud of, to be honest with you. With as much success and tradition that there is here at Dowling, to be the first team that's gone back-to-back is a pretty cool thing, and I think it's a testament really to the type of teams and coaches around here and just how tough it is to get to the state tournament every year.
Well, Coach, this is the fifth time you're leading the team to state. Six Dowling's been to state, and you mentioned the back-to-back, but, you go back to that game Tuesday night. You hold a once-beaten Council Bluffs Lincoln team to just 24% shooting, just 8 field goals. They shot 13% from three-point range, and you out-rebound them. That was just a defensive lockdown game. I wish I could say that on Tuesday night because my voice went. But it certainly was quite a performance on the defensive end by your team, and then offensively find a way to get the ball in the hole.
Yeah, we really hang our hat on our defense and our rebounding, specifically this year with the bodies we have, the athletes we have. And that was the case again on Tuesday night. The one thing that I thought really came through on Tuesday was the strength of the schedule that we played throughout the course of the year. We were prepared for games like that because of playing Ankeny twice, playing Centennial twice, playing Waukee, playing Valley, playing Hempstead, playing City West. That really aided us that night. We had been through tough spots. We'd been in tough spots. We'd been in diverse situations, and I really thought our schedule played a role in that. And likewise, I think it probably played a role for C-ball too, because I'm not sure they had played the level of competition that we had played leading up to that. And it's hard when you lose 6 or 7 games during the year, but it paid off Tuesday night because that competition really toughened us up throughout the course of the year.
And Coach, for whatever reason, you guys play very well on the road. I mean, you've had a great road record, better than home. And I know you like to flip that, but that's the obvious thing. That you look back at statistically and scores, you won more road games and neutral court games than at home, and that also paved the way for your trip to Council Bluffs on Tuesday. And your team just looked comfortable out there, and they were the aggressor. Yeah,
we certainly weren't intimidated by the stage at all. I think there's something to be said about going on the road and feeling like people are against you. Now, I know that's probably a little extreme at the high school level, but you do feel it some places, and you certainly felt it Tuesday. I mean, there was a significant spectator advantage for Council Bluffs, and I think our kids relished in that. And that's what competitors want, and we're looking forward to the next 3 days down at Wells Fargo because we think it'll be something similar, although we know our fans will come to the state tournament. But there'll be great crowds down there, and there'll be plenty of people rooting against the Maroons, and I think our kids are looking forward to that.
Well, Coach, you take on second seed Cedar Falls, the 2-time defending champs. What a draw you got in the first round, but it's a draw that you're prepared all season for. And I know it's you win in advance, and you got to play 3 games. That's the goal, to play 3, and hopefully it's in the championship game, not the consolation final. But it starts this afternoon with Cedar Falls, and they're the 2-time defending champs. They have a lot of names we recognized from the football game a few years ago, but also they got some kids that know how to play basketball. So talk about the matchup this afternoon with Cedar Falls.
It's a big matchup. This field in 4A is really, really deep and balanced. I'm not sure there's a matchup that any team feels like they can look at and say, oh, that's a significant advantage towards us. There's just so much parity in 4A basketball. There's probably 12, 13, 14 teams that would have a legit case to be down there and to have a chance to win a game, too. So we feel very fortunate to be there. We didn't care who we played. Cedar Falls is an awfully good team, like you said, 2-time defending state champion. They know how to win. They've done a lot of winning the last 3 years, and a lot of these kids. Some played last year, but they all were a part of it in some capacity. So we've got our work cut out for us. They provide significant challenges in terms of the amount of sets we're going to see offensively and how hard they compete defensively and the different wrinkles they throw at you defensively. So we've got our work cut out for us.
Coach, it seems like every night it's somebody different stepping up. And I know you rely on your 5 seniors. Those guys have set the stage. Some of them start, some of them don't start. But these are guys that you hang your hat on, you trust, and they prepare yourself in practice, and then you go to game day. But the rest of the team, playing well. You got to get off to a great start, as you have on these first 2 sub-state games against Lewis Central and against Council Bluffs AL. Getting off to a great start on the big stage tomorrow, or rather today, this afternoon. That is so important.
It's huge, and if you go back over the course of the 23 games we played, when we get off to a good start, we're probably close to 16-0. When we get off to a slow start, we're 0-7. So we've been a little bit of feast or famine early in games. So it would be wise of us to get off to a good start tomorrow to keep that trend going. But if not, we'll have to break a trend.
Well, Coach, I appreciate you taking time to visit with us before today's game. Obviously, best of luck. We hope to talk to you on Thursday and Friday this week if everything works out. But again, congratulations, and we look forward to the state tournament.
Thanks. Looking forward to it, and we have our fingers crossed for 3 more pregame interviews.
All right, comments from head coach Michael Connor and Dowling Catholic as the Maroons take on Cedar Falls here in the final game in Class 4A. If you joined us late, Ankeny upended number 3 seed Iowa City West 68-54. So the winner of Dowling and Cedar Falls will take on the Ankeny Hawks on Thursday night. That's tomorrow night, 8:15 tip-off. And last night, Waukee and Ankeny Centennial winners. Waukee defeated North Scott 58-50, while Ankeny Centennial, the number 1 seed, down Davenport North 53-51. And those 2 teams will meet also tomorrow at, I believe, 6 o'clock or 6:30 here at Wells Fargo Arena. So Mike Swaim is setting up for the all-CIML showdown. We haven't been able to say that possibility in Class 4A in many, many years. Football is one thing, but not in basketball.
Yeah, football, Central Conference or the CIML has owned football for the state, but basketball is a different story. It's typically, you got a lot of representation from the eastern side of the state, and obviously Cedar Falls with two of the back-to-back defending state champs. So Dowling's got their work cut out for them, and I think a couple things, keys that I think have to happen for Dowling today. They can't get into a three-point shooting contest with Cedar Falls. Mark, Cedar Falls has three guys who two of them have made over 50 three-pointers on the year. Dowling's leading three-point shooter, Drew Daniel, has only made 42 on the year. So the amount of three-pointers that Cedar Falls makes, it dwarfs how many three-pointers Dowling does. And then I think Dowling's got to keep their guys out of foul trouble. Ryan Riggs has got to be able to be in the game. Omaha Ballou has got to be able to be in the game and not sitting on the bench with Coach O'Connor. So foul trouble, I think, is going to be a real key. And then can Dowling get out in transition? Can they control the boards, get out in transition, and get some easy baskets so they don't have to rely on their half-court offense?
And the physicality of this game, and Mike, you've seen it. The game's called a little bit tighter down here at Wells Fargo Arena. We saw in the game before us between Iowa City West and Ankeny. Both teams had a lot of kids in foul trouble in the first half. Two players had 3 fouls, one for each team, and then several had 2 fouls each. So the fouls are tightening up down here because the officials are under the gun. The evaluators now want the game called as it should be. It doesn't happen a lot during the season sometimes, but it's going to be a little bit tighter call.
Yeah, no question about that. And then the other thing is that there have been teams that have come down here who historically are good three-point shooting teams and have struggled. I've seen it all week being down here broadcasting some of the games, and so that might bode well for Dowling facing a Cedar Falls team that likes to shoot the three. We'll have to keep our eye on that.
All right, we'll take a break here on our pregame show. Again, we're live from Wells Fargo Arena, downtown Des Moines, the boys' state basketball tournament alongside Mike Swaim. I'm Mark Amadale. David Beltram is our studio producer, and we'll take a break, and we'll come back and talk more during our pregame. It's Dowling and Cedar Falls boys' state basketball tournament here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Dowling Catholic Sports 365 is provided in part by Ashworth Vision Clinic with 2 licensed optometrists, Barbara Sheets, a Dowling Catholic graduate, and Dr. Todd Pedig. The Ashworth Vision Clinic team provides complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing,
okay, sounds
and
good.
pre-
Thank
and
you.
post-operative care. Ashworth Vision Clinic is located at Ashworth and 60th Street in West Des Moines. 515-440-4610. Online at ashworthvision.com.
What is the best gift ever? Well, some might say a Catholic education, and I agree. But if you think you can't afford Catholic education, think again. Apply for CTO, and you could receive up to half your tuition for kindergarten through 12th grade. More information is online, ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their future.
And welcome back to Wells Fargo Arena here in downtown Des Moines. We had a smooth transition because it got awful quiet down here as the fans exiting the previous game between Ankeny and Iowa City West. They exit one way, the Dowling fans and the obviously Cedar Falls fans entering. Then the bands make the transition. So we had some quiet time there for a minute, Mr. Swaim, but not anymore.
It's going to get loud in here. And that Ankeny crowd, my Lord, they brought the whole town down here. It was loud, and those students were they were into that game. And how about Braxton Bayless, 41 points. He was a one-man wrecking crew down here for the Ankeny Hawks.
And I thought it was just coaches in the CIML that had trouble guarding him. I'm glad to see Coach Bergman and the Iowa City West team have trouble guarding Braxton.
That was quite a performance, and so far he's got the performance of the tournament, both he and Bowen Bourne. I get a chance to see Bowen Bourne tomorrow, but there's a lot of talent down here.
Well, there certainly is, and it's quite the atmosphere as it was last week. And, of course, spring break begins for a lot of these schools on Friday. But, Mike, I want to go back to last Tuesday. Thank you for what you did, bailing me out. My voice went. I knew something was up when we pulled into Iowa Western Community College, and I said, my voice is cracking. I said, you better be ready to go from chair 2 to chair 1, and you picked it up and did a great job. Matter of fact, Coach Wilson came by, and we'll have Coach Wilson, the Dowling Athletic Director, on at halftime. He says, I heard him say, welcome to the football broadcast next year. So what does that mean? What does that mean when he says stuff
Trust
like
me, there's no contracts. Right? I haven't signed anything. I will tell you, I owe the sponsors and the radio station a little bit of an apology. There was some times where I just got out and I didn't even identify the radio station that we were on, so that was a little rough. But it's a tough job, Mark. I'm glad I'm sitting on this side today.
Well, we'll try to keep you over there. Of course, you got the quick stats in front of you, the live stats, they call it down here at Wells Fargo Arena. But Boys State basketball tournament, they're a little bit behind as Ankeny upending number 3 seed Iowa City West 68-54. And congratulations to the Ankeny Hawks and Coach Carlson. They're in the semifinals, as is Waukee, and as is Ankeny Centennial. So 2 Ankeny teams, Waukee. Can Dowling make the Final Four? Well, they're going to have to take on the 2-time defending champ Cedar Falls. And, they've lost 4 starters from last year. I talked to their coach a little bit earlier. 1 player returns, but they've kind of picked up the pieces. Their only losses this year were the same team, West Waterloo, who got knocked out on a last-second basket by North Scott in the sub-state final.
Yeah, they've had a great season. They're currently ranked 5th in the AP, and this is a team that, you've just got this culture of winning. Yeah. And when you have 2 back-to-back state tournament teams, even though some of these guys that we're going to see on the floor here didn't get a lot of time last year, that bleeds over. And obviously what Coach Schultz has done with this program is fantastic, and Dowling's got a big test ahead of themselves today.
They certainly do. And let's recognize our sponsors, as we didn't get a lot of them in last Tuesday night. That was my fault. My voice is back, I hope, for 4 quarters. Now,
in fairness, Mark, there was only 1 3 that Dowling hit, so when we only had the Tamia and Sons three-pointer, I did get that one in.
That is true. We did take care of those guys down there, and that is Tamia and Sons. Mario, Joe Jr., and Louie, thank you for all they do. 515-282-7976. They sponsor all Dowling-made three-pointers on the season. You can also order on tomeandsons.net. Lunchtime right now might be a place to stop by after the lunch hour, after the game.
After the game.
All right. Also our thanks to Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Dental Associates. Our thanks to Kemen, Mercy One, R&R Realty Group, Gene Wells, and the folks at the Catholic Tuition Organization, and our good friends at Two Rivers Glass and Door. They've supported Dowling Catholic basketball and football all season long, and we appreciate their support going into the state tournament game. Again, the winners last night were Waukee and Ankeny Centennial. They'll meet tomorrow night in around 6:30 in the first semifinal in Class 4A. And the other semifinal, well, it'll be the Ankeny Hawks. They upended number 3 seed Iowa City West 68-54. In the game that preceded ours, and right now they're recognizing the fans of the year for both schools. Cedar Falls has their representative out there, and congratulations to Dowling's representative. You see her when you come into the gym, folks. From if you come in through the south doors there at Dowling, through the south gym and the pool area, and that is Barb Feeney. Barb is the fan of the game for Dowling Catholic. She'll be recognized here in a moment by the folks from the Iowa High School Athletic Association. And those are the people that are behind the scenes that don't get much recognition. I know this. She lets me in. She could say, nope, turn around, go back. But she lets me in, and you know what? Somehow you got past security, too, this year. Thanks to Barb.
It's a thankless job, and it's great for Barb that she's able to be recognized today on the floor and get a game ball. So that's just a great honor for her.
It certainly is. And ironically, they're all in black. Dowling has the team state tournament T-shirt made for the boys basketball team. They're all in black. Well, Cedar Falls did the same thing. They're all in black. But Dowling will be wearing the black uniforms today. Cedar Falls will be wearing the home white. So just a note on that. But that ceremony going on right now. Let's take a look at our starting lineups for this afternoon's game. First of all, we will start with the visitors, and that is Dowling Catholic. The Maroons are the 7th seed. They bring a record of 16-7 to the boys state tournament. This is Dowling's 5th state appearance under head coach Mike O'Connor, and this is the first time Dowling has been back-to-back ever in the state tournament. And congratulations to Coach O'Connor on that feat. The Maroons are making their 16th state appearance in boys basketball. They were state champs in 1957 and 1979, and they've won 8 of their last 9 games to get here. And the starting lineups for the Maroons, at one guard, Michael Keel, a 5'10 senior. He'll wear number 3. The other guard is Matt Stillwell, a 6'2 senior, wearing number 5. At one forward for the Maroons, Drew Daniel, a 6'6 senior. and he'll wear number 33. And the other forward is Omaha Ballou, a 6'7" freshman, and he'll wear number 41. At center for Dowling, Ryan Riggs. He and Matt Stillwell, the two leading scorers for Dowling. Riggs averaging 12.5 points, leads the team with 30 blocks, and he will wear number 21. So it'll be Keogh, Stillwell, Drew Daniel, Ballou, and Riggs, the starting five for Dowling. The Maroons come in averaging 57.5 points on offense. They give up 46 points on defense. They tied for second in the CIML Central Conference with a 6-4 record. And, of course, head coach is Michael Connor in his 14th year, leading Dowling for the 5th time to the state tournament. Assistant coaches Nick Wagner and Jimmy Nahas, David Combs, and Pat Henkinius will man the Dowling bench. And the winner of this game will play on Thursday night, tomorrow night at 8:15 against Ankeny in the second semifinal in Class 4A. Again, Dowling's won 8 of their last 9. Central 50-23 in the semifinals of boys sub-state, and then the sub-state final in Council Bluffs in a game you heard Mike Swain call for most of the time. It was Dowling beating 7th-ranked Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln by the score of 58-34 in what will go down as a memorable night in broadcasting feats as your voices grace the airways here in Central Iowa. And I see your fans are up to no good. I just saw a couple of them text me, and part of that nice group text. These are your fans, your peeps.
Texting back, we don't have an extra seat down here, so you got to have some credentials, and I don't think those guys can get a pass down here.
Probably not. One of them might be able to. All right, now for Cedar Falls, the head coach is Ryan Schultz in his 7th year, and believe it or not, this is the second time they've been to the state tournament, or third time they've been to the state tournament, and the first 2 times they're state champions. How about that for a feat, Mike?
It's a pretty good percentage right there.
Gosh, hard to believe Cedar Falls not in the state tournament all these years, but there's Coach Schultz, assisted by Chris Dying, Paul Elser, John Yoakum, and Dan Scannell, and they'll start this lineup. At one guard, the returning starter from last year's state championship team, Josh Olendijk. Olendijk, a 6'3" senior, leads the team with 51 made threes. He'll wear number 2. The other guard is Ben Cernett, a 6'1" senior, wearing number 15. At one forward for the Tigers of Cedar Falls is Trey Campbell, a 6'4" sophomore. Leads the team with 36 steals. He'll wear number 4. And the other forward is Landon Wolf. Remember his brother Logan, tremendous basketball and football player, now at UNI for Cedar Falls. But Landon, 6'5" junior, one of the co-leading scorers, averaging 11.5 points. Second in three-point made with 50. He'll wear number 11. And at center, the big guy you talked about, Mike Swain, for Cedar Falls, Chase Corbett. Corbett, a 6'9" junior, averaging 10 points, 6.5 rebounds, leads the team with 45 blocks, and he'll wear number 50. So, again, it's Olendijk and Cernett, the guards, Campbell and Wolf, the forwards, and Chase Corbett, the center, as the Tigers come in. This is the average come in 62 points on offense, give up just under 47 points on defense, and they've won 10 in a row. And their only losses this year were to their conference rival West Waterloo, losing 79-55 at home and losing at West Waterloo 46-31. And they beat Linn-Mar in the sub-state 63-40. In the sub-state final, defeated Dubuque Hempstead 53-44 at the U.S. Cellular Center in Cedar Rapids. So that, my friend, is the tale of the tape.
Just looking at some of these shooting percentages here for, like, Olendijk. I mean, 41% on the year from 3. Landon Wolf, 44% on the year from 3. So, again, Dowling's going to have to do a great job of identifying shooters, especially in transition, and getting a hand up.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back with the tip-off as both teams being introduced. Dowling in their visiting black uniforms with white and maroon trim and white numbers, and Cedar Falls in their home white uniforms with black trim and red. And we'll take a break, and we'll come back with the tip-off. Dowling and Cedar Falls here at Wells Fargo Arena, downtown Des Moines. Mark Amadale along with Mike Swain. And we'll bring you the tip-off coming up, as we'll have a word from Father Ryan Andrew, our pregame prayer with Father Ryan Andrew, and, of course, a word from Dr. Dan Ryan, the president of Dowling Catholic, here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Hi, this is Dr. Dan Ryan, president of Dowling Catholic High School, and welcome to another season of exciting Dowling High School basketball. We are proud to be partners with Iowa Catholic Radio, not only broadcasting basketball, but also being partners in preparing Christ-centered leaders for life. Go Maroons!
Hello, my name is Father Ryan Andrew, and I'm the chaplain at Dowling Catholic High School. Let us pray for the coaches, players, and trainers tonight for this athletic competition. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Heavenly Father, we thank you for all your gifts. We ask you to bless all those involved in this athletic competition tonight. We ask that you keep them safe and that they all show good sportsmanship. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. All holy men and women, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen.
And welcome back to Wells Fargo Arena here in downtown Des Moines alongside Mike Swaim. I'm Mark Amadeo. Yes, the voice is back, and we're set. We're courtside. Swamer, I tried to get you, well, not as good of a seat you have during the TV games that you've been doing this year. Nice job, by the way.
Thank you. It's a lot of fun, and I'm enjoying it. I get the replay screen, which is always nice, so I can criticize the officials if I want to based on that.
I'm looking for it right now. We're on Radio Row. The tip up and controlled by Dowling, and underneath Stillwell. His shot no good. Rebound Ballou. Omaha's put back up and good. And we're underway with Dowling leading 2-0. How about that?
Wow, nice job that time by Omaha Ballou with the follow. Good aggressive move.
Dowling 2, the two-time defending state champion Cedar Falls Tigers nothing. And now a turnover. They lob it inside the Corbett. It's stolen away by Keogh, and Dowling going right to left towards the south basket to start the ball game.
They had two defenders right by Corbett and pass a little hot to handle. That time, Michael Keogh, who else with the steal?
Dowling running their half-court set. Cedar Falls in their man defense. Here's Riggs underneath, and a hook shot up and good. He went right around Corbett for the basket.
That's a good sign, Mark. If Ryan Riggs can get off to a good start, that bodes well for Dowling.
Dowling 4, Cedar Falls nothing. As the Tigers go left to right in front of us with their half-court set, and in the lane, a ball poked out of bounds as out of control was Landon Wolf, and he lost it to Dowling.
Well, active hands by Matt Stillwell that time, and another turnover for Cedar Falls. So they've got Dowling has 2 possessions, 2 points, or 4 points. Cedar Falls, 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And, of course, the Dowling fans behind us, they're all blackout state tournament T-shirts. Cedar Falls fans away from us, right behind their team. With the basketball, Stillwell. It's Keogh, Stillwell, Drew Daniel, Omaha Ballou, and Ryan Riggs, the starting 5 for Dowling. Josh Olendike, Trey Campbell, Landon Wolf, Ben Cernett, and Chase Corbett, the 5 on the floor for Cedar Falls. Now here's Ballou for 3, top of the key. It's no good, off the mark, left a little bit short. Rebound comes out to Cedar Falls and Landon Wolf.
He had a wide open look.
And they let him shoot that 3, as the season's been moving on.
Good steal.
Ballou with 10 threes now. A steal by Dowling and Stillwell, and he draws the foul as he gets all the way down near the basket, Mike. Fouls on Cernett.
Yeah, good foul by Cernett. I think it was going to be a basket by Stillwell, so sort of a basket-saving foul. And already Dowling's defense, 3 steals and turnovers that they've forced on the Cedar Falls Tigers.
First foul on Cedar Falls, first foul of the ball game. Dowling inbounds the ball underneath their own basket. Here's Ballou, top of the key. He's guarded by Trey Campbell. Takes it down the lane, kicks it back out to Keogh, left side. Now skip past the right side to Stillwell. Matt dribble drives, jump stop in the lane, pull up jumper, good! He went right around Olendike for the basket.
We were sort of shielded there. A couple of the Cedar Falls fans wanted to travel, but I think he held his pivot foot.
He did. He jump stopped and kind of got caught, but he found a way to make the basket. 6-0 Dowling, 5:40 remaining. Now pull up jumper in the lane, good.
That time Dowling got caught on a
That's
screen.
Landon Wolf.
Yeah, Landon Wolf cut across the middle off of a screen. No help. Matt Stillwell was trailing, an easy bucket.
Yeah, we had a little bit of traffic down here, but Wolf got the basket, so it's 6-2 Dowling. Maroon's largest lead has been 6 here in the first quarter as the ball is tipped out of bounds in the Dowling possession, out of bounds to Cedar Falls.
Wow, that time Matt Stillwell got into the paint but sort of kicked it out. I thought he could have went up for a shot instead, but an errant pass, and Dowling turns it over.
All right, Cedar Falls dribbling in the front court. That's Olendike. They work the ball left side. They bring Corbett out beyond the three-point arc, the big center for them. Now Corbett on a back cut. His shot in the lane, no good. Weak side rebound, Wolf. His put back up and good. He went right around Drew Daniel.
Well, Dowling's got to get something worked out, Mark, with their cross screens because Corbett was wide open. Dowling fortunate he didn't make it, but then Wolf was there to clean it up.
Yeah, Wolf with back-to-back baskets on consecutive possessions. He has all 4 of Cedar Falls points. He comes in averaging 11.5 points, 5 rebounds, and he's second on the team with 50 made threes. Ball in the front court now of Dowling, and they have it poked out of bounds. They'll inbound it. This is Michael Keel between the circles. He gets it off of Drew Daniel, top of the key. Drew looking right. Now he passes it left. Keel on the left wing. Head fake inside. Lob pass aside. Now to Stillwell for 3 right wing. It's no good. Omaha Baloo with the weak side rebound. They're going to come. He comes down with it, and a jump ball called. Good hustle by Omaha again.
Yeah, really good hustle. That's a great job getting that rebound. A little unfortunate. It was a quick whistle on that held ball, so it's going to go to Cedar Falls. But the key mark here is, can Dowling's offense be patient enough to get the ball inside? That time again, settling for a 3. Not their best shot that we like to see.
Kurt Waldenbach, Todd Thompson, and Ben Hogg are our 3-person officiating crew. Now pull-up jumper in the lane, no good by Olendijk, and a whistle and a foul called. It's going to be on Dowling, I believe, underneath.
I think they're going to get Ryan Riggs for a hold on Corbett, and that's unfortunate because that was a miss, and Dowling could have got that rebound, but a foul before that.
Yep, Riggs with his first foul. That's Dowling's first foul, so both teams a foul each with 4:20 remaining, first quarter. Dowling leading 6-4 over Cedar Falls. Now Cedar Falls inside, they work it. A shot no good by Cale Loescher, who came in off the bench, and a rebound Dowling.
Well, good help that time, and an even better rebound by Drew Daniel.
Bruins in the front court. It's Stillwell. Dowling going with their starting 5 as Loescher in for Cedar Falls. And now a pull-up jumper by Riggs. It's no good, and a rebound cleared out of there by Olendijk. Carter Jansen, number 32, also in there, so 30 and 32 off the bench. Corner 3, air ball, no good by Jackson Heth, who came in off the bench. Dowling in transition, and Stillwell has a ball poked out of bounds to be Dowling possession.
Heth off the bench has over 35 made threes. So, again, we talked about Cedar Falls and how well they can shoot the 3. That time, an air ball.
Ryan Riggs and Michael Keel check out of the Dowling lineup, and they're replaced by Joe Stracco and Andrew Lynch. Now, corner 3 on the inbounds play is no good by Dowling from Drew Daniel. Good rebound kicked out, and Stracco.
Andrew Lynch with a tip out to Stracco, so nice job on the offensive boards again.
Here's Stracco dribble driving in their lane, kicks it out to Stillwell. Matt from the right wing, a shot off the glass, good! Matt Stillwell, a nice dribble drive from that right elbow or right area.
That's his game, and that's Dowling's game. Put the ball on the floor, get to the paint, and use your body to get that shot off.
Matt with 4 points. He leads Dowling, and the Maroons lead it 8-4 with 3:15 remaining first quarter. Mark Amadale alongside Mike Swain. Long 3 by Landon Wolf, no good from right in front of us, and the rebound out to Baloo and Dowling. Now here's Stracco in the front court as the Maroons will set their offense. Stracco guarded by Jackson Heth. Number 5 for Cedar Falls. Over to Baloo, right wing to Drew Daniel. Daniel fakes a 3, and now Baloo called for travel.
Yeah, he's just got to be just a little slower with that move. Caught at the top of the key and just a little quick to shuffle her feet before getting that ball on the floor.
And Coach Michael Connor getting Matt Riedel in the lineup for the first time this afternoon. Matt, a 6'3 junior, and he will replace Omaha Baloo. Remember, at the beginning of the year, it was Riedel who got the start, and Baloo replaced him in that first substitution.
Well, and Stracco also a former starter, so Dowling comes in with 2 guys that have starting experience.
Now they lob it inside, and a shot in the lane up and good. They post up Loescher, and Cale Loescher, the 6'6 senior, scores.
That was a good pass. He had Andrew Lynch on his back, and now a turnover for Dowling.
8-6 Maroons, but a turnover by the Dowling in their front court. Now a long 3 up and no good. A foul on Stracco as he fouled the 3-point shooter who was right between that NBA G League line and the high school line. And going to the line is the Mississippi Division Conference Player of the Year, Josh Olendijk, and he's the one starter that remains from last year's state title team. He'll have 3 free throws here, Mike.
He shoots 77% on the line, and that's not a guy you want on the foul line, and certainly not a foul you want to see committed on a 3-point shot.
So Stracco with his first foul, team foul number 2 on Dowling. First free throw good, second one also good by Olendijk. As you mentioned, a 76% free throw shooter. This afternoon's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Two Rivers Glass and Door, the Catholic Tuition Organization, R&R Realty Group, and Mercy One. And all 3 free throws good. He makes the last one, does Olendijk. That's his first 3 points of the afternoon. And it's Cedar Falls taking their first lead, 9-8 over Dowling Catholic with 2:24 remaining.
Cedar Falls jumped out with 3 fast turnovers, but hasn't turned it over since, and has been much more efficient in the front court here. That's why they have that lead now, 9-8.
All right, Daniel, skip pass over to Riedel. His 3-pointer Left wing, no good. Offensive rebound, Drew Daniel. Put back up and good. He went right around Carter Jansen of Cedar Falls.
Well, I love the fact that Dowling is going to the boards right now on the offensive end. Great job by Drew Daniel.
Dowling 10, Cedar Falls 9 as we exchange leads on consecutive possessions. Here's Heth with it. Jackson Heth tries to dump it inside the low shirt. It's stolen away by Dowling. Here's Stracco in the front court for the Maroons.
Good defense that time. Fourth turnover for the Cedar Falls Tigers, and Stracco with the move.
He went right around Jackson Heth for the basket, and Joe gets his first basket.
A little bit of quickness by Stracco on this Wells Fargo floor.
And he went against the grain. He's a right-handed player, but went down the left side of the lane, shot with the right hand good, and now the other way we go. Campbell on the baseline. He's cut off, and his shot is blocked by Riggs, and Riggs will pick up his second foul.
Wow, and that's Ryan Riggs going for a shot fake, Mark, and that's going to be his second, which is probably going to put him on the bench for at least the rest of this quarter and probably a little bit of the second quarter as well.
Well, we talked about the physicality of this game and the possibility of the fouls being called tighter, and no question about it. His first free throw is good by Jackson Heth of Cedar Falls. Right. Second foul on Riggs, and he'll check out.
As Riggs goes out, guess who comes back in? Chase Corbett. All 6'9" at him after a nice rest. So
look out, Andrew Lynch. He's a Dowling post player right now. Second free throw good. So Heth makes them both. Cedar Falls 5 for 5 at the free throw line. Dowling got to shoot one, and it's 12-11 Maroons with 1:15 remaining in the first quarter. Wells Fargo Arena, downtown Des Moines. We're courtside. Mark Hamadale alongside Mike Swaim as we preempt regular scheduled program in Iowa Catholic Radio to bring you the 2020 Boys State Basketball Tournament. Now here's Riedel for three, top of the key. It's no good. Ball slapped around, and Lynch tried to keep it alive, but into the hands of Cedar Falls and Jackson Heth. Now down court, Cedar Falls running the court. Layup good by Chase Corbett. His first basket. Maroons did not get back.
Wow, great recognition by Cedar Falls, and again, poor transition defense by the Dowling Maroons.
Maroons trying to get Omaha Blue in here. Final 40 seconds of the first quarter. It's 13-12, Cedar Falls. And now Stillwell, he's going to be called for an offensive foul as he spun. Jump stop, spun, and then they got him for the elbow, does Kurt Walderback, our official, and Coach O'Connor's going to visit with him about the extent of it, but fouls on Stillwell, his first.
That was a great job by Cernett, who took that charge on the spin drive, and Matt with his first foul.
All right, final 35 seconds of the first quarter. Let's see if Cedar Falls may hold for one, as their point guard right now, Trey Campbell, looking back to his head coach, Ryan Schultz, and the Cedar Falls coach said, hold it until they come out to guard you. Possession arrow favors Dowling, so the Maroons will get it the next dead ball. It might be the second quarter, as we're down to 15 on the play clock.
Yeah, they're going to go out of a 4-high set. I got to believe they're going to try and find Corbett at some point in the low block.
Yeah, a little pick and roll. Now they do. There's Corbett rolling to the basket, so Lynch trying to stay with him. He does. Top the key. Heth for three at the horn, and it's no good as we've come to the end of the first quarter with the score. Cedar Falls 13, Dowling Catholic 12. Alongside Mike Swaim, I'm Mark Hamadale, and David Beltram is our studio producer. We'll be back with more from the Boys State Basketball Tournament after this message here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Thank you, construction professionals, for underwriting our show, Man Up, heard Mondays at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Construction professionals have been long supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio, and we've seen their work. It's beautiful.
They do remodeling or new construction that is innovative, functional, and designing what you want. It's a family business built on a strong foundation to create a new or remodeled home that is uniquely yours.
CPCustomHomes.com. From our family to yours, God bless. Thank you, construction professionals.
Thank you, Dental Associates, for underwriting Dowling Catholic Sports 365. With over 40 years' experience, Dental Associates is a group dental practice with the mission of promoting optimum health and well-being to all patients, providing preventative, restorative, and cosmetic dentistry for the entire family. Message underwritten by Dr. Kenton Gleichman, Dr. Steve Karbaka, Dr. Christine Mulcahy, and Dr. Ben Nagel. Dental Associates, addressing your smile, needs, and dreams. Online at DesMoines-DentalAssociates.com.
And welcome back to the Wells Fargo Arena here in downtown Des Moines. Mark Hamadale alongside Mike Swaim as we come to the end of the first quarter with Cedar Falls leading Dowling 13-12. And Swaymer, what do you take out of this first quarter? Very well played game between both teams. Both teams had some turnovers, but both teams had some pretty good offensive execution.
Well, you mentioned the turnovers. I thought early on Dowling's defense did a nice job forcing Cedar Falls into three quick turnovers. But since then, Cedar Falls only with one more, so a total of 4 on the afternoon. Dowling with 4 turnovers to even things out. Shooting percentage, both teams shooting pretty well. Dowling 6 of 13 for 46%. Cedar Falls 4 for 8 from 50%. Neither team has hit a 3. Dowling 0 for 5. Cedar Falls 0 for 2. And rebounding, pretty even. Dowling with 6 rebounds and 3 of those offensively, Mark, and that has helped Dowling to that 12 points. Cedar Falls with 5 rebounds total, 1 offensive board.
Foul trouble. Ryan Riggs for Dowling has 2 fouls. He will not start the second quarter here. Andrew Lynch gets the start.
Yeah, and Cedar Falls going with a larger lineup. We've got Joe Knutson in for the first time, 6'8", along with Chase Corbett, who is 6'9", so big lineup right now, and they're going to go to a 1-3-1 look here against this Dowling offense.
Here's Stillwell with it. Dribble drives in the lane, tries to leave it for Lynch, and it's tapped away, but Dowling regains possession. Here's Drew Daniel for 3. It's no good. Left wing, and rebound out to Cedar Falls and Olendijk. Josh Olendijk dribbling in the front court, leaves it left wing to Campbell. Top of the key it goes to one of the Twin Towers, Corbett. Chase Corbett at 6'9", and Knutson at 6'8". We got a whistle and a holding foul called on Dowling.
We're going to get Omaha Ballou holding on Olendijk.
That'll be his first foul. Omaha's got 2 of the offensive rebounds for Dowling in that first quarter. Keogh, Stillwell, Ballou, Andrew Lynch, and Drew Daniel, the 5 on the floor for Dowling right now as Cedar Falls inbounds the ball. 13-12, Cedar Falls by 1 underway here in the second quarter. The final quarterfinal round game. Winner moves on to the semifinals. Pull-up jumper at the free throw line, no good by Olendijk. Fight for the rebound. We got a whistle and a foul on Dowling as Knutson had the ball and had it taken away from him. They're going to call the foul on Dowling.
Well, Keogh was right there, and I thought he got a hand on that ball to maybe force a jump ball. There was a quick jump ball call earlier in the game, but not such luck there.
Keogh must have got too much arm, and he committed the foul. So team foul number 6 on Dowling. Cedar Falls with just 1 team foul here in the first half. And now pull-up jumper in the lane, good by Landon Wolf.
Oh, that was a tough shot. Well contested by Matt Stillwell, but he put it in anyway, and now a 3-point lead. And against this tall 1-3-1, Dowling's got to be very patient, Mark.
Dowling with the ball. Here's Keogh for 3. It's off the mark, no good. That's his first long 3 of the afternoon. Rebound out to Cedar Falls. Olendijk in transition as they work the right side. Right in front of us, Landon Wolf. Top of the key it goes to Corbett. Now they work the left side. Here's Campbell with it, trying to dribble drive. Kicks it out to Olendijk, who's guarded by Ballou. Coming off a ball screen. Olendijk in the lane. Pull-up jumper up. Good. Right over Omaha Ballou. Timeout Dowling.
Now this is a good timeout by Coach O'Connor. 5-point run here to start the second quarter, and Dowling has taken 2 3-point shots against that 1-3-1 defense that hasn't even been close.
And it's a 4-0 run to start the second quarter for Cedar Falls. You mentioned a timeout called by Dowling. It's a 30-second timeout. 6.5 minutes remaining. Second quarter. Cedar Falls 17, Dowling 12. And a reminder, the Bash on Buffalo Road is next month, Saturday, April 18th. Don't forget to get your tickets. You can reserve your tickets. A dinner will be included, a sit-down dinner. And it all starts at 6 o'clock when the doors open at Dowling Catholic High School. That'll be the Bash on Buffalo Road, Saturday, April 18th. If you want tickets, you can order online at dowlingcatholic.org. Tickets are $50 a piece now, and after Friday they go on sale for $60 a piece, so get them while they're on sale. Mark Amadale, Mike Swaim out of the Dowling timeout. The Maroons now inbound the ball to the front court, and 1-3-1.
Coach O'Connor comes back in with Riggs.
1-3-1 defense by Cedar Falls as Ballou with the basketball, and he ends up a skip pass over to the corner, but a foul on Cedar Falls to be one of the big guys. Might be Knutson.
Yeah, it is Knutson.
And that'll be his first foul. Second team foul on Cedar Falls.
And Dowling's got to attack some gaps. A couple lazy passes up top almost been stolen.
All right, a corner 3 by Drew Daniels up and good. A Toomey & Sons three-pointer by Drew. The first one of the afternoon and his first 3 of the afternoon.
Dowling need that. Now Dowling going to a little zone, a little 3-2 zone with Omaha Ballou up top to try and combat some of this height and also not get Ryan Riggs in foul trouble.
3-2 zone by Dowling with Omaha Ballou at the top with Stillwell and Keogh on the sides. Now they get it on the baseline. This is Corbett, nearly lost it, but gathers the ball back. Top of the key, it goes to Campbell. Dowling stays in their 3-2 zone. With it is Olendijk. Pass in the corner. A three-pointer up. Good. Right in front of us by Landon Wolf, and he's starting to heat up. He has 9 points in the first half.
That was really good patience by Cedar Falls and finding Wolf, who, again, one of their best three-point shooters on the year.
Dowling with the ball. Riggs, as you mentioned, back in the lineup. Dribbles down the lane. Leaves it for Omaha Ballou, and a charging foul called on Omaha. That'll be his second. So both Riggs and Ballou with 2 fouls each here in the first half.
Now that's Omaha's just got to realize, Mark, sometimes you just can't, even though that baseline looks good, you got guys sitting there waiting to take a charge, either pull up for a shot or kick it back out, reverse the ball.
Riggs got the ball from the from the free throw line, went down the left side and made that pass, and Omaha caught it, took an extra dribble, which created the charge. If he would have just shot, that changes, and that may change here.
Yeah, Dowling back to a man-to-man.
5 minutes remaining, 20-15. Cedar Falls by 5. This is their largest lead of the first half. Dowling's largest lead was 6 points early in the first quarter. Now the Tigers taking time off the clock. Here's Olendijk. Dribble handoff goes to Corbett. Now to Wolf on the little three-person weave. And the ball gets loose underneath. Picked up by Knutson, and he shoots and scores an open basket.
Now that was just an unfortunate break for Dowling because that ball just sort of fell out of Corbett's hands and just right into the lap of Knutson.
22-15. Cedar Falls by 7. This is their largest lead of the afternoon. Dowling gets the ball down court, and it's knocked out of bounds, so the Maroons will throw it in and throw in basket with Michael Keel directing traffic. He inbounds it to Daniel for 3. It's off the rim, no good. Fight for the rebound, and picking it up is Ryan Riggs. Good hustle by Ryan, weak side. Now Keel with it. Skip pass in the corner. This is Stillwell. Dribble drives. His reverse shot up and no good. And a whistle, and we got a foul on Stillwell as he jumped in, and that'll be free throws coming for Cedar Falls. And that'll be Corbett going to the line. It'll be a 1-and-1, it should be.
And unfortunately for Stillwell, I mean, that occurs 90 feet from the basket, and it's a 1-and-1 now for Cedar Falls.
And Stillwell with his second foul. So
fouls starting to mount up. 18 fouls for Dowling, only 3 for Cedar Falls.
Well, Dowling got off to a great start. They were up 6 in the first quarter. They led 8-2 at one point, and then Cedar Falls has kind of found their way, if you will, against the Dowling defense, and that in foul trouble. So with Stillwell with his second foul, Riggs and Ballou with 2 fouls each for Dowling. They've got 4:15 remaining until the halftime, and Maroons got to figure out a way to navigate through this as Corbett's free throw is good here, Mike.
Corbett 67% on the year, but that one just nothing but net.
Second free throw coming. Chase Corbett, a 6'9 junior. 66% free throw shooter. Second one no good, and we got an over and a back call on Carter Jansen, who just checked in, a 6'6 junior on Cedar Falls, and that'll be Jansen's first. And team foul number 3, I believe, on Cedar Falls. Now check that 4.
Cedar Falls is going to stay in. Actually, they've gone back to that man-to-man now. So they were in that 1-3-1 that was giving Dowling some problems, but back to a man defense.
Dowling with the ball. Here is Stillwell with it. Leaves it for Riedel at the three-point line and threw it behind him, so he had to gather himself. Now Keel in the lane. Underneath the Riggs, layup is good. Nice job by Michael Keel. Dribble penetrated, left it for Riggs, and who scored.
Really good job by Keel finding Riggs on that opposite block.
Dowling going to stay in that, they get out of that 3-2 zone. They go back to man with 2 players in foul trouble. Riggs and Stillwell on the floor right now with 2 fouls. Now Riggs and near steal. We're going to have traveling called on Cedar Falls. How about that?
That's a great defensive play by Michael Keel, getting a hand on the ball and forcing Olendijk on the travel.
Michael Keel always around the ball, especially when you dribble drive. He gave a lot of fits to Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln and to Lewis Central in the sub-state. He's always around the ball when somebody dribble penetrates.
It's important these last 3 minutes, Mark. Down 6. Dowling's got to make a little bit of a run here. You don't want to get down double digits before halftime.
Stracco in there for the Maroons. And now left-handed shot as they get the ball inside the Riggs from the left block. He scores. And Ryan Riggs with 6 points. He and Drew Daniel, who has 5 points, lead Dowling in scoring. And it's 23-19. Cedar Falls by 4.
Stillwell's got to be careful.
And underneath, getting loose is Landon Wolf, and he shoots and scores again. Wolf with 11 points here in the first half.
He's had a nice first half, and Dowling defense just a little too aggressive that time, letting him score.
There's Riggs in the lane. His shot up and no good. Nice soft touch, but he couldn't get it to fall. A rebound out to Cedar Falls and Chase Corbett. Tigers in the front court. They go left to right in front of us. Dowling stays man-to-man on this possession. Working on the left wing to Heth, who's back in there as a reserve for Cedar Falls. And they get it out to Carter Jansen. Jansen back out to Olendijk for three, and it's good. Right over Riedel.
You can't leave him for a second, and that time Riedel collapsed just a little bit, giving Olendijk just enough room. And this thing has swelled to 9 with 2:21 to go here.
Olendijk with 8 points. And Wolf with 11 leads Cedar Falls. Now reverse laid up good by Riedel, who got loose in the lane from the right side. Matt Riedel with his first 2 points.
Now can Dowling string together a couple stops here, Mark.
28-21 Cedar Falls. Corner three up and good again, and this is Olendijk who's starting to heat up. That's back-to-back threes for him, Mike.
That's poor transition defense, not finding a shooter, getting back.
Olendijk with 11 points, and Landon Wolf with 11 points leads Cedar Falls. Ball now slapped out of bounds by Olendijk as the Maroons had the ball knocked away. Dowling will retain possession, and substitutions now for Cedar Falls. Corbett will check out, as will Carter Jansen, who was in there briefly.
Omaha Blue has been on that bench for a long time with 2 fouls. And Cedar Falls is now going to go to a 2-3 zone here.
Yeah, to protect, they don't have that many people in foul trouble. Shoot from the outside. Minute 37 remaining. Cedar Falls by 10 with that last made 3-point basket by the Tigers. And now Riedel for 3. It's up and no good. Rebound Riggs, and he powers it back up and good.
Good job by Riggs that time. Again, an errant 3-point shot, but Riggs there to clean it up.
Riggs having his way with the post players. Cale Loescher in there now for Cedar Falls. They get a little bit smaller, as is Carter Jansen. And the Tigers with it. Cernett in the lane. His shot up and good. His first basket of the afternoon. Ben Cernett, the other starter, finally scoring.
Riggs was guarding him. Couldn't do much, Mark. You don't want to pick up a third foul here for Ryan Riggs before this half. So
Maroons can't wait to halftime. A minute remaining. Dowling trailing by 10. Cedar Falls 33, Dowling 23. Here's Strock on the baseline. Right side. Kicks it out to Stillwell. Stillwell a head fake. Leaves it for Riedel. And Cedar Falls staying in that 2-3 zone here in the final 40 seconds of the first half.
Dowling going to back it up and reset.
Stay tuned for halftime. Athletic Director at Dowling Catholic High School, Tom Wilson, will join us here courtside here at the State Boys Basketball Tournament. The winner of this game will take Ankeny. Take on Ankeny at 8:15 tomorrow night. Ankeny, an upset win over third-seeded Iowa City West, 68-54 in the early game today. Last night it was Waukee and Ankeny Centennial advancing. So it's Waukee, Ankeny Centennial, and Ankeny. 3 of the 4 teams headed to the semifinals tomorrow. And the Maroons are trying to punch their ticket. 10 seconds remaining in the quarter. Riggs in the lane, and a fall-away jumper, no good. The ball is stuck on the rim. It'll be a jump ball, and it'll be Cedar Falls basketball on the alternate possession with 4 seconds remaining, Mike.
What a tough break. That was a great follow that time by Riedel. Actually, they got a foul on that, so that's a great job before the jump ball. I was going to say that was going to be a really tough break, but Riedel gets fouled on the putback attempt.
Yes, he does. Riggs missed the shot, and Riedel put it back right between the rim and the backboard, and Riedel's first free throw is good.
And this is a good move, getting Stillwell and Riggs out, both with 2 fouls. You don't want to have them pick up a third with only 4 seconds to go in the half.
And the foul, I believe, was on Cernett. Nope, it was not. And the second free throw good by Riedel. He has 4 points off the bench to lead Dowling. 4 seconds remaining. They inbound it to Olendijk. Dribbling in the front court. 2 seconds. Olendijk pull-up jumper. Shouldn't count. And they didn't wave it off. That was a concern I had, as the ball was in his hand when the horn went off, but it doesn't go. And we go to halftime with Cedar Falls leading Dowling 33-25 here at Wells Fargo Arena. Mike Swing, before we go to break, your thoughts to our listeners at home. Dowling trailing by 8, 3 players with foul trouble in the first half for the Maroons.
I thought Dowling got off to a great start, and then foul trouble limited them a little bit on offense, and they settled a little bit for 3-point shots that didn't fall, but they've done a nice job rebounding the ball. That has sort of kept them in it to be down only 8. Once again, they got to match up better in transition, especially against Olendijk. Find him on that perimeter.
The guy sitting next to us or between us right now, Tom Wilson, he's asking about your football availability next year, Mike. I don't know what that means. I think he wants somebody to work with Maine during that, might keep their voice for the whole game. You think that's happening?
I think the sponsors would have a huge problem with me coming back and trying to do play-by-play and not giving them any credit.
Well, some of them have a big problem with me. I didn't know if you knew that or not. Hey, we'll take a break. We'll come back to Wells Fargo Arena at halftime And it's Cedar Falls leading Dowling Catholic 33-25. Back with our halftime interview with head coach Tom Wilson of Dowling Catholic here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
The home and away voice of Dowling Catholic sports and activities, Iowa Catholic Radio. KWKY Des Moines, K233BT Des Moines, KIHS Adel.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio's broadcast of Dowling Catholic sports and activities is provided by Chemin, a global ingredient manufacturer using science to transform the quality of life for 80% of the world. Chemin is on the leading edge of molecular science, manufacturing more than 500 specialty ingredients for the human and animal health and nutrition, pet food, aquaculture, nutraceutical, food technologies, crop technologies, and textile industries. Chemin strives to sustainably transform the quality of life every day for 80% of the world with their products and services. Chemin, using science to transform the world. Online at chemin.com.
Thank you to Mercy One for their support of Iowa Catholic Radio. From the cardiovascular experts at the Iowa Heart Center to the pediatric services of Mercy Children's Hospital and Clinics, Mercy provides complete care for Central Iowa's adults and children with more than 50 primary care and specialty clinics in the Des Moines area. Find a convenient Mercy One location near you. Online at mercydesmoines.org.
And welcome back to Wells Fargo Arena here in downtown Des Moines alongside Mike Swain, Mark Amadeo. Our halftime score in this boys quarterfinal Class 4A state tournament game. It's Cedar Falls leading Dowling 33-25. The winner of this game will meet Ankeny tomorrow night at 8:15 in the second semi. Ankeny defeated Iowa City West 68-54 earlier this morning. And last night, Waukee defeated North Scott, and Ankeny Centennial defeated Davenport North. So Waukee and Ankeny Centennial tomorrow night at 6:30 for the other 4A semifinal game, joined by head coach Tom Wilson, or is it athletic director right now this time of year, Tom Wilson. Tom, thanks for hopping the fence and joining us here on Press Row.
You bet. Thanks for having me.
Well, how about the recognition before the game? Let's get back. There's a lot of people behind the scenes at Dowling, whether it be gatekeepers, at ticket takers, at different events. And Barb Feeney's been doing it so many years. First of all, she lets Swaim and I come in to every home game at Dowling. For free. She lets us in. And, one game she said $20. Oh, that was from the athletic department.
Right.
So I figured. But people like her who are recognized today are you can't have events without people like Barb. She does such a great job, whether she's outdoors at the stadium or in the gym.
You're certainly right, and there's so many people that make what we do possible, and Barb is certainly one of those. And I'm just happy the association does things like this to recognize the people that are behind the scenes. And Barb has certainly been a loyal person to us, a Dowling grad. Dowling Catholic means an awful lot to her, and she came back to work, and she would tell you she's just a kitchen lady, but she's much more than that, and certainly helps Molly Ryan keep things under control within our lunch staff, but also me in the athletic department and taking care of tickets. And it's one less thing that I really do have to deal with because Barb does such a fantastic job.
Well, she was recognized as one of the fans of the game. Cedar Falls had their fan of the game, and they do that, as you mentioned, the association does. But, Coach, we're winding down on the winter sports. Hard to believe we'll be getting into spring sports. And what a year it's been, and what a ride it's been. It started, in the fall with, let's see, you won a state title, cross country won a state title, swimming won a state title. It's been quite a year for the Dowling sporting events.
Well, it has, and we really continued on in the winter, obviously watching our boys right now, and our girls had a phenomenal year and came up short, unfortunately, and those things happen, but they had a terrific year, tying for the conference championship and one game from state. Boys finish in the top 6 of the state in boys swim. Bowlers keep chugging along and getting better. Coach Fenson's done a very nice job. Then our wrestlers qualifying 6th at state and then getting 2 guys on the podium. Hopefully that can be a building block for things to come.
Coach, one of the things I've been impressed with in covering a lot of the state tournament this week is seeing how many teams down here who have multi-sport athletes. And I just think it's so important to have well-rounded athletes in a well-rounded sports program. How important is that at Dowling, and how do you think that affects some of the programs with athletes crossing over sport to sport?
Well, it's really important, and it's something that we certainly emphasize. And, I think if you look up and down our rosters of various sports, you'll see us more than most. Watching Cedar Falls out here, Wolf is one of their main receivers, and his brother we double teamed a year ago in that ball game, and so I know their quarterback is also out here playing, and so Cedar Falls has the same thing. And as we watch Andrew Lynch or Michael Keogh and some of those out here helping our basketball team, they're a big part of what we did in the fall.
Well, they certainly are, and these kids, they just go from one sport to another, and you want them out for different sports. And some of them have kind of settled on their college sport, like look at Matt Stillwell. He wants to play basketball up at Briarcliff, which is fine, but he was one of your fine receivers in football this year. He has for the last couple of years.
No question, really good player for us, and honestly, if he wanted to, he probably could have gone to college and played some football. But basketball is really his first love, but yet he's done a great job for us the last 2 years. And I think the big thing is it helps kids continue to compete, and I don't care if it's in their sport of choice or their favorite sport. It helps them do that more year-round, and I think if you just look at it, injury prevention-wise, you start specializing, and that's asking for overuse injuries, and I think multi-sports helps you eliminate some of that.
We'll visit with Tom Wilson here at halftime at the State Boys Basketball Tournament as Cedar Falls leads Dowling 33-25. And Tom, I know the off-season, some of the kids that aren't out for multiple sports are getting ready for their next in-season sport, whether it be baseball, softball this summer, or even that fall program called football. And I know you've got a lot of kids in the weight room, and that's how you get better before your next season. You got to get stronger and faster, and you've been doing that for many, many years. I know a lot of guys head that up in the off-season for you.
Right. Kids are doing a pretty good job right now. We're just getting really switched over from winter to spring, and we've got 120 kids out for boys track, which is something that can help you in every sport. And our tennis numbers are terrific. Our soccer numbers are terrific. So that part is very good. Really, same on the girls' side. Our tennis numbers on the girls' side are through the roof. So we get a lot of participation, and those that aren't, we certainly try to keep them busy.
Well, Tom, as you know, this big coronavirus is going around, and there's a lot of talk. They're shutting down universities, making everything online. How's that affected schools like Dowling High School? How's that affected being in the doors of Dowling with their extracurricular and their academics?
I really think our administration's done a really good job. Dr. Ryan was on this a couple of weeks ago and trying to be at the forefront of it, and I know some other local schools are really just getting started on thinking of what they're going to do, and we've had some things in place at least for the last week, and I think if you'd walk through the hallways now, you would see added dispensers and things like that just for sanitary purposes. And I really think Dr. Ryan and Mr. Mainring got at the forefront of this, and we feel like we've got a plan, and hopefully this doesn't last very long.
Absolutely. Well, Tom, appreciate you taking time to visit with us here at halftime. Thanks for all you do. I know this is our final broadcast this week, and hopefully it's not today, but this week. And I know we'll start softball and baseball on Iowa Catholic Radio, certain games throughout the summer. But it's been great working with you, and look forward to see you down the road.
All right, thanks. Appreciate it, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Tom Wilson, our halftime guest. We're going to take a break, come back to Wells Fargo Arena. Halftime score at Cedar Falls leading Dowling 33-25, along with Mike Swain, Mark Amadale. And we'll talk to you in 1 minute here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Dowling Catholic Sports is provided by Two Rivers Glass and Door, creating commercial glass and aluminum storefronts. Also serving your home needs by creating custom frameless shower doors, mirrors, glass tabletops, and specialty glass. Two Rivers Glass and Door. Design, fabrication, and installation. 515-222-4860. Online at tworiversglass.com. Two Rivers Glass and Door. Serving imaginations since 1992.
Thank you to Tomia & Sons for your support of Dowling Catholic High School basketball. Tomia & Sons is an Italian family restaurant with old country authentic Italian food. Enjoy the local atmosphere where you may even spot a priest, politician, or even Willie Farrell. Take advantage of Tomia & Sons bocce ball court with the kids while enjoying Tomia's homemade bread, pasta, and real Italian homemade desserts. Tomia & Sons is located on Southeast 1st Street, just south of downtown Des Moines, and around the corner from Graziano Brothers. 515-282-7976, TomiaandsSons.net.
And we're back here at Wells Fargo Arena, underway here in the second half with Cedar Falls leading Dowling 33-25. Mark Amadale alongside Mike Swaim as we're courtside here. And now Cedar Falls with the first possession. And now we've got a whistle and a foul called on Cedar Falls as ball poked away as a bad pass by Cernat into the hands of of Dowling's Ryan Riggs. He was fouled as he gathered the ball in, Mike.
That's a great possession to start the half there. Get a stop, down 8. And really, Dowling has done a pretty good job, Mark. Points in the paint, they lead. Second chance points, they lead. But 3-point attempts, they don't. And Olendijk and Wolf really did a nice job in that first half from 3.
All right, Stillwell in the lane. He had the ball deflect away. It's stolen away by Cedar Falls, and then they have it stolen back. So both teams, or rather Cedar Falls lose possession. Now Dowling with the ball, trailing 33-25. Underneath, and Riggs with a pass underneath to Michael Keogh for the basket.
Really nice pass that time, and a smart cut by Keogh down to the basket.
33-27. Cedar Falls by 6. The Tigers have led by as many as 10 in the first half. Dowling's largest lead was 6. There were 3 lead changes, and the score was tied once in that first half. Cedar Falls with the basketball. With it is Josh Olendijk. He had 11 points in the first half. He and Landon Wolf were the co-leading scorers, 11 points each. Now a long 3 up and good, and that is Landon Wolf launching another 3 for his 14th point to lead Cedar Falls.
He's 2 for 3 from 3-point range, and that was with a hand in his face. So if he starts getting going, Mark, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now a long 3 by Dowling, no good. Ball slapped around, and Stillwell with the rebound. He goes in the lane and shot the glass, no good. Ballou has the ball slapped around and right into the hands of Trey Campbell in Cedar Falls.
An opportunity that time, but Omaha couldn't come up with it.
Now Campbell in the lane, and he's going to be called for the travel.
Again, great defense by Michael Keogh. Cedar Falls bench wanting a foul on that, but that was just great defense and caused the travel.
Yeah, I heard the whistle, and then I saw the palm of the hand go up, not a fist, and that means the violation, and it was traveling on Cedar Falls. Dowling basketball. Maroons trail by 9 with 6 minutes and 5 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. The winner meets Ankeny tomorrow night here at Wells Fargo Arena in the 4A semifinal. Underneath is Drew Daniel from the free throw line. One step and score for the big guy.
That's a great job by Drew Daniel. And again, that's what they have to do. To attack this team inside the paint rather than settling for threes.
And now a long 3 by Cernette. It's good. And boy, They are just lightning hot.
And again, Mark, a contested 3. That wasn't bad defense by Dowling, just a better shot.
Cernette with his first 3 of the afternoon. The second 3 for Cedar Falls in the lane. Riggs pull-up jumper good. Gets the bounce as it hit the back iron.
Well, Dowling's got to weather this 3-point storm. They're attacking it by going inside, which is what they need to do. They're down 8 here to start this third quarter. Again, weather this 3-point storm, get a couple stops.
As Cedar Falls is 5 out of 8 in 3-point shooting. They work underneath, and a shot up and good by Chase Corbett, who got around Omaha Ballou, and that's Corbett's 5th point.
That was a little screen and roll to the basket, and Omaha Ballou was late on that rotation.
Cedar Falls by 10, under 5 minutes remaining. And now Riggs gets inside. His shot on against Corbett is good, and Riggs starting to light it up. He's got 12 points to lead Dowling.
Well, Corbett really having a tough time battling Riggs. That long reach of Riggs has been effective today.
All right, here's Corbett with it. Now they get it to Campbell right side. Trey Campbell can't get a shot off. Leaves it for Olendijk. They reverse it left wing. Now top of the key. Corbett for 3, and it's in and out, no good. Rebound Dowling and Omaha Ballou.
Corbett with only 2 maids on the year, so you'll take that every time.
Now Dowling underneath, and that is Riggs has his shot blocked. And the ball out to Ballou, and it's knocked out of bounds. They're going to give it to Dowling, and Omaha say, hey, I was hit on the arm. And sometimes when you go through all that traffic, the officials don't see the contact, and that's what happened. So now Kurt Walderback visiting with Michael Keogh, and I think everything's settled down now. Dowling can't get too impatient, Mike, if you don't get the call, as you know.
Yeah, I'm not sure what was said to Michael Keogh on that, but.
And now in the lane, Drew Daniel underneath the Keogh, can't get a shot off.
Good decision there.
Now out to Stillwell for 3, top of the key, it's in and out, no good, and a rebound comes out to Josh Olendijk and Cedar Falls. Tough break.
It would have been a big shot. That was a wide open look, Mark, and Dowling's got to knock a couple of these down if you're going to stay with Cedar Falls.
All right, here's Campbell dribbling baseline. Now pull-up jumper is up and good. Gets the favorable roll here at Wells Fargo Arena. Nice shot that time by Trey Campbell. His first 2 points of the afternoon. Dowling the other way. Here's Drew Daniel. Left corner, 3-point line extended. Out to Keogh, top of the key. 43-33. Cedar Falls by 10. 3:40 remaining, third quarter. The winner plays Ankeny tomorrow night in the semifinals. The loser, season's over.
It's like a foul by Corbett trying to reach in there on Riggs. They've gone to a 2-3 zone to try and help with Riggs inside, so Dowling's got to be really patient here.
All right, Maroons passing on the perimeter. Here's Ballou with it. Right side over to Keel. Keel, pass over, nearly stolen away as a pass finally gets to Drew Daniel.
They're very active with that zone with those two guards. Michael Keel's got to do a good job of ball faking.
Dowling has 4 timeouts remaining. Cedar Falls 5. A long three by Keel is good. Another to me and Sons three-pointer, this time for Michael Keel. He's got 5 points here in the third quarter, and a timeout called by Dowling. It'll be a 30-second timeout.
I like the timeout marked by Dowling just to sort of gather themselves, make sure that you can get a stop here. You're down 7, Mark. You get a stop, and you can cut down and cut this thing to 5 and really turn this into a ball game.
43-36, Cedar Falls leads by 7 over the Maroons. 3 minutes, 4 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Along with Mike Swain, Mark Amadale, I want to thank our supporters and sponsors here on Iowa Catholic Radio, including Kemen, Dental Associates, Construction Professionals, and Ashworth Vision Clinic. I want to thank Tom Wilson for being our halftime guest, the Dowling Athletic Director and head football coach.
Mark, before that, Michael Keel three-pointer. They were 1 for 11, so now 2 for 13 on the day is Dowling from three-point range.
And a little pressure by Dowling out of the timeout. Cedar Falls breaks the pressure. They get in the front court. This is Landon Wolf with it. Nearly stolen away as his pass over to Jackson Heth, who just checked in. Was stolen away by Keel, and now they work it inside, and a whistle and a foul called on Dowling as Cedar Falls pawns it inside on the right block.
Omaha thought he got a clean block, but the officials must have thought he got a little bit of the body. Let's look at the replay here. Yeah, just a little bit of with the body there. So, and that's going to be his third. And I think Matt Riedel is at the table there to spell Omaha.
Loescher at the free throw line for the Tigers of Cedar Falls, and Cale Loescher hits the first free throw. This afternoon's game on Iowa Catholic Radio, brought to you in part by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Dental Associates, and Kemen. This afternoon's studio producer at Iowa Catholic Radio, David Belcher. I want to thank him and all the guys that are on the board work throughout the year. Second free throw good by Loescher. He now has 4 points off the bench for Cedar Falls, the UNI recruit, playing football for the Panthers. 45-36, Cedar Falls by 9 with 2:40 remaining. Here is Riedel with it. Dribble drives the lane. Reverse, puts it up off the glass. Good. Nice little spin off the glass by Matt Riedel.
Really nice job that time attacking the zone in those gaps.
Riedel with 6 points off the bench this afternoon for Dowling. And it's 45-38. A long three up and good by Landon Wolf. They are on fire from three-point range this afternoon, Mike.
You've got to find him on the edge, and that time Matt Stillwell did not. And an easy three for him, for Wolf, who's just been hot today.
17 points for Wolf, and now the ball slapped around. They say it went out of bounds off of Landon Wolf. He got mixed up with Stillwell right in front of us. Now Keel will check out of the Dowling lineup, and checking in will be Stracco. So it'll be Stracco, Riedel, along with Stillwell, Riggs, and Ballou.
Cedar Falls back to man-to-man now.
And Stracco inbounds it. They try to lob it into Riggs, and he can't handle the pass. They get it to Stillwell, out to Riedel for three. Good! A Timmy and Sons three-pointer, Matt Riedel. How about that?
That was a big shot by Riedel to cut this thing to 7 here with 1:44 to go.
Riedel off the bench for Dowling, 7 points. Now the ball slapped out of bounds by Drew Daniel. Drew thought he had it slapped out of bounds off Jansen of Cedar Falls, but it'll be Cedar Falls basketball underneath their own basket. And it's 48-41. Cedar Falls Tigers by 7 over Dowling. Final minute and 40 seconds remaining here in this third quarter. The winner meets Ankeny tomorrow night in the second semifinal. The first semifinal tomorrow night at 6:30 has Ankeny Centennial taking on Waukee for the second time this year. Centennial won the first meeting. Now a steal. Steal by Riedel. He's been the player of the game thus far.
Well, and Stracco deflected that, and then Riedel able to pick it up. So great job by the Dowling defense.
Riedel with 9 points off the bench for the Maroons. Minute and a half remaining. Stracco in the front court. Leaves it for Riedel. Right side it goes to Daniel. Cedar Falls.
See this go into Riggs.
Dumps it inside. Riedel down the lane. The layup is good. The basket will count, and a foul on Campbell of Cedar Falls. How about Matt Riedel stepping it up some?
I think Dowling can score at will, Mark, in the paint if they'll just be patient and do it. It's just a matter of can they get a couple stops on the other end, and Riedel with an opportunity to cut this thing to 5.
Riedel has 7 of his 11 points here in the third quarter, make it 12.
And a little bit of pressure now for Dowling. First time we've seen that.
Free throw good by Riedel. 48-44, Cedar Falls by 4. Down court, shot up and good. The basket will count. Foul on Dowling, and taking it nearly coast to coast with Jackson Heth for Cedar Falls.
That's a huge play by Heth. Dowling had cut this lead, and that is going to be count and the basket and an opportunity for the old-fashioned three-point play.
Fouls on Stracco, his second, and the free throw by Heth is no good. And a whistle and a foul on the rebound by Chase Corbett, on Chase Corbett, as he fouled Drew Daniel.
I think that's going to be only the first foul for Corbett, so he's done a nice job of staying out of foul trouble.
All right, team foul number 3 on Cedar Falls. Dowling with just 2 team fouls here in the third quarter. Minute 10 remaining. 50-44, Cedar Falls with the lead over Dowling.
Opportunity to cut this to 4.
Now the Maroons underneath, and this is Riggs. His shot no good. Tip by, how about Drew Daniel putting it back through?
Great job going to the boards. That has really saved them today. Offensive glass and scoring in the paint.
9 points for Drew Daniel. 50-46, Cedar Falls by 4. Tigers in the front court. They go right to left, and we got a timeout called by head coach Ryan Schultz and the Cedar Falls Tigers. We'll see if this is a minute. No, it'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. Alongside Mike Swain, I'm Mark Amadale. 39 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Dowling has cut it to 4, and Cedar Falls now, you know it's going to be a set play coming out of this timeout.
They've been very efficient, Dowling has, on offense. They've been putting the ball on the deck, taking it right at the Cedar Falls team. And when they have missed, there has been another Dowling player to clean it up. So a great job on the offensive glass for Dowling. Wouldn't be surprised if Coach O'Connor comes out here and goes to that 3-2 zone look. They've done that a couple times in these sub-states just to sort of give a different type of defense so that Cedar Falls has to run a different play.
All right, out of the timeout, Cedar Falls will inbounds the basketball right in front of their bench, which is the south bench, going towards the south basket. The Maroons in their road black uniforms, white trim, and Cedar Falls in their home white jerseys with black numbers and red trim.
Dowling in man-to-man, so.
Here's Heth for 3. It's in and out and back in good. Another 3, and Heth off the bench. He's got 5 points.
That's a huge 3. Great play design by Coach Schultz. And now Cedar Falls goes to their 1-3-1 defense here with their bigger lineup anchored by Knutson at the top of the key there.
53-46, Cedar Falls leads by 7 with 7 seconds remaining. Here's Daniel with it. Over to Stillwell. Matt dribble drives in the lane. Leaves it for Riedel in the corner for 3. It's no good. Rebound Cedar Falls. We've come to the end of the third quarter with the score. Cedar Falls 53, Dowling 46. Along with Mike Swain, I'm Mark Amadale, back with the fourth quarter in 1 minute on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Amazon Smile is a simple way to support Iowa Catholic Radio. When you are shopping on Amazon, consider shopping through Amazon Smile instead. When you do, you get all the same great deals, and your order will also help support Iowa Catholic Radio. All you need to do is choose Iowa Catholic Radio as your nonprofit to support when you first log in, and Amazon will do the rest. Every Amazon Smile order you make, Amazon will donate to Iowa Catholic Radio. Support Iowa Catholic Radio while you shop at smile.amazon.com. And thank you for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio.
Do you have a story? Well, God wants to hear it. Maybe you can't donate money or volunteer your time, but that doesn't mean that you can't evangelize for the Lord. Iowa Catholic Radio is on a mission of evangelization, and you can help by sharing your testimony with us. Just call 515-223-1150 and tell us how Iowa Catholic Radio has impacted your life. Or you can also email your testimony to contact@kwky.com.
And we're back here at the Boys State Basketball Tournament, Wells Fargo Arena, downtown Des Moines. Alongside Mike Swain, I'm Mark Amadale. As we move to the fourth quarter, Cedar Falls leads Dowling 53-46. Dowling outscoring Cedar Falls 21-20 in that third quarter. The first time this afternoon that Dowling's outscored Cedar Falls in the first three quarters, Mike.
Cedar Falls with a blistering shooting percentage, 18 for 26, 69% right now, 6 for 11 from three. And we just saw Heth, who's got 35 threes made on the year, step in and hit a big one to push this lead from 4 to 7. So it'll be Dowling ball coming back here to start the fourth quarter, down 7. But Dowling has been so effective getting the ball inside the paint, attacking that, and then cleaning up the glass. Dowling already leading Cedar Falls on the rebounding edge, 15-13, but 8 of those are offensive boards.
Yes, they are. All right, Dowling will have the basketball to start the fourth quarter as Drew Daniel will inbound the ball right in front of us across from the scorer's table as we sit.
And Ryan Riedel, who has 12 points in this game, Mark, is going to start the fourth quarter instead of Omaha Ballou. So interesting note there.
Yeah, Matt Riedel.
I'm sorry, Matt Riedel. Yes, sorry.
So it'll be Keel, Michael Keel, along with Matt Riedel, Matt Stillwell, Drew Daniel, and Ryan Riggs, the 5 on the floor. Here's Drew Daniel for 3. It's good. Drew with a Toomey & Sons three-pointer, left corner.
Huge three-pointer by Dowling. Couldn't come at a better time. Cuts this lead to 4.
Drew with 12 points, and it's 53-49. 4-point lead for Cedar Falls. They have their first possession of the fourth quarter. And what shooting percentage is Cedar Falls?
They're outstanding, and they've got to find Wolf and Olendijk for sure.
Well, they're the leading three-point shooters for Cedar Falls, but the rest of the team's shooting pretty well, too. They dump it inside the Corbett, goes against Riggs. It's blocked. His shot is blocked. And now Daniel tied up on the floor with Knutson. It'll be Cedar Falls basketball.
Ryan Riggs avoiding getting the foul, and Drew Daniel almost came up with it, but tied up is going to keep it with the Tigers.
So Cedar Falls inbounds the ball. They're at the south basket here. They go right to left in front of us. As we're courtside across from the scorer's table, Wells Fargo Arena. Their winner meets Ankeny tomorrow night in the second semifinal in Class 4A. Now dribbling in the lane, a shot up and good by Trey Campbell. Campbell for Cedar Falls scoring. That's his 6-point, all in the second half.
Back to that 1-3-1 zone. They've been getting hurt inside, so going to the zone is Coach Schultz.
Dowling with the basketball. And now we've got a whistle and a kick ball by Cedar Falls. Dowling will retain possession.
Every possession now is so big, Mark, as we enter this fourth quarter, 6:45 to go. Dowling's got to be very patient against this zone defense.
Now Cernett will check in. One of the starters for Cedar Falls checking out was Knutson. It was Knutson and Corbett in the paint. Both of them 6'8", 6'9". Now they're just down to Corbett at 6'9".
And now back to a man-to-man for Cedar Falls. So Dowling can attack inside.
55-49 underneath. A shot no good by Stillwell off the glass. He drew the foul. And they'll go to the free throw line. This might be on Corbett. We'll see.
I think that's on Cernett.
Okay.
That's going to be his second.
So Cernett, the 6'1 senior with 5 points, picks up his second foul. Free throws coming for Dowling and Matt Stillwell, who had 4 points at halftime, did not score in that third quarter. First free throw good. This afternoon's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Mercy One, the Catholic Tuition Organization. Our thanks to Two Rivers Glass and Door and R&R Realty Group. Alongside Mike Swaim, I'm Mark Amadale. Second free throw good by Stillwell. And it cuts the Cedar Falls lead to 4, 55-51 here with 6.5 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter, Mike.
Stillwell, Omaha Ballou in for Keogh, so that's going to put Stillwell to the point, bringing up that ball.
Yes, it will. And now full court pressure by Dowling. As I mentioned, Campbell dribbles in the front court for Cedar Falls. Top the key, the pass to Cernett. Now he swings it left wing to Olendijk. Olendijk dribble drives the lane. A shot partially blocked by Riedel into the hands of Corbett. His putback no good, and the foul threw up and good by Cedar Falls. And
Olendijk right there for the cleanup bucket. Dowling did a great job defensively, but could not secure that rebound. One of the few they've given up here in the second half.
Olendijk with his 13th point. Now Stillwell down the lane. A shot off the glass. Good. He went right around Cernett, did Matt Stillwell. He's got 8 points. And it's 57-53, Cedar Falls by 4.
Double team here. We've got to be careful. They leave Wolf open.
Corner 3, no good. Rebound, Riedel.
Wow. Just dodged a three-point bullet there.
They are shooting well over 60% from 3 and 2 as Cedar Falls. They've got to have a lid in that basket sometime, right?
Opportunity here to cut it to 2, though, Mark.
57-53, Cedar Falls by 4 over Dowling. Underneath, it's Stillwell with the right-handed shot off the glass. Good.
And Coach Schultz is going to get a timeout here. Dowling clawed all the way back.
Yes, they did, and this will be a full timeout. And we'll take a break from Wells Fargo Arena. Along with Mike Swain, Mark Amadeo, it's Cedar Falls 57, Dowling 55. 5 minutes, 22 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. Back in 1 minute on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Dowling Catholic Sports 365 is provided in part by Ashworth Vision Clinic with 2 licensed optometrists, Barbara Sheets, a Dowling Catholic graduate, and Dr. Todd Piedig. The Ashworth Vision Clinic team provides complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and pre- and post-operative care. Ashworth Vision Clinic is located at Ashworth and 60th Street in West Des Moines. 515-440-4610. Online at ashworthvision.com.
What is the best gift ever? Giving a Catholic education is at the top of my list. Your contribution to CTO helps families send their children to our Catholic schools who otherwise could not afford it. In giving to CTO, you receive the best tax credits ever. Pledge or donate online at ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their future.
Fouls on Daniel, his second. Team foul number 4 on Dowling. And now here's Campbell in the front court against Ballou. His shot up. They're going to call him for traveling. Good job by Omaha Ballou. Stayed with him and caused him to cause the travel.
It was a nice job there. And then Matt Stillwell with just a little bit of help caused that, able to get a hand on that ball and cause the travel. So great team defense by Dowling.
Dowling trying to snap that 7-game skid as qualifying for state and not advancing. The Maroons have been here last 7 times. They have not got out of the first round. Trying to do that here this afternoon. Here's Riedel down the lane. His shot up and good. He went right around Corbett for the basket.
Great job by Riedel just attacking Corbett and able to get it up over the big 6'9" center.
Riedel off the bench with 14. He leads Dowling in scoring. 12 points each for Riggs and Daniel. And now the ball out of bounds. It'll be Cedar Falls basketball. It's 59-57. Cedar Falls by 2. Ballou, who checked out, now checking back in with just under 4 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter.
They were trying to go to Corbett and almost a near steal by Stillwell along that baseline.
Cedar Falls, the number 2 seed, a record of 21-2. They've won 10 in a row. Dowling's record 16-7. They're the 7th seed, and they've won 8 of the last 9. Now ball loose to the floor. Stillwell rips it away, but he throws it right into the hands of Corbett. And Cedar Falls maintains possession. Here is Olendyke, fakes the 3, leaves it for Cernette.
Boy, almost an opportunity for Dowling to get the ball to tie it, but just out of the hands of Drew Daniel.
Stillwell on the floor. He leads the team with floor burns, he and Keel sometimes. Now Campbell with it, rather a long 3, no good by Cedar Falls, by Olendyke. Offensive rebound comes out to Wolf, but it's stolen away by Stillwell. Out of his hands, and Riedel loses it. It'll be Cedar Falls basketball as bodies and armor hitting the floor. Yeah, there could have been a foul either way on either team.
Another opportunity for Dowling, and just a couple, it looked like a pinball out there.
It was.
Stillwell and Riedel out of bounds, and Dowling's going to have to dig deep and try and get another stop here.
Happened right in front of us, and we were just helplessly looking on. Cedar Falls with the basketball, leading by 2. Now under 3 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Again, the winner plays Ankeny tomorrow night at 8:15. The other semifinal, Waukee and Centennial. Long 3 up and good, and that is Landon Wolf with the 3. His 4th of the afternoon. He's got 20 points.
What a huge 3 that time. Great teamwork between Olendyke and Wolf.
62-57 Cedar Falls. 2.5 minutes remaining. Every possession counts, especially now for Dowling. Ballou down the lane. He's going to goes to the basket, and a foul called on Cedar Falls on Cernette. And on Cernette, that'll be his 3rd. And out of bounds to Dowling, I believe.
Only the 5th team foul, I believe, for Cedar Falls. So Dowling's going to have to inbound the ball.
5 fouls on Cedar Falls, 4 on Dowling. Timeout called by Dowling. This will be a 30-second break. We will keep it here. Alongside Mike Swaim, I'm Mark Amadil. And David Beltram is our studio producer. I want to thank him for being on our board at Iowa Catholic Radio as we preempt programming to bring you Boys State Basketball Tournament. 2:27 remaining fourth quarter. It's Cedar Falls leading Dowling 62-57. I want to thank Mercy One, R&R Realty Group, the Catholic Tuition Organization, and Two Rivers Glass and Door. Mike Swaim, your thoughts here with, look at the foul situation. Dowling has 4 team fouls, Cedar Falls 5, so the bonus is a foul or 2 away for either team right now.
Dowling can afford to, Mark, be very aggressive on the defensive end because even if they foul, they've got a couple fouls to give. So I think you've got to really harass whoever has the ball, get out in passing lanes. If it's a foul, that's fine. This is a huge possession, Mark. They've got to score here, try and narrow this thing down to either a 3 or a 2-point lead.
All right, it's Riedel, Ballou, Stillwell, along with Drew Daniel and Ryan Riggs, the 5 on the floor for Dowling. Here's Stillwell, dribbles down the right side, puts up a shot off the glass, good, right around Campbell, does he?
That's a great job. You go to your money man, Matt Stillwell, who can basically drive on anybody and finish, and that's exactly what he did.
12 points for Stillwell, 62-59. Cedar Falls by 3, approaching the 2-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. Cedar Falls throws the ball, and I think Riedel, he can't.
That's going to be Dowling's ball.
Right in front of us, so inbound the ball. Riedel, I thought, had a chance to catch up with it, but it was thrown too hard out of bounds.
He was going after it. That would have been great if you turned that into a layup, but now Dowling with an opportunity here to either cut this to 1 or tie it.
How about Matt Riedel today? 14 points off the bench to lead Dowling. That's the bench supply you want. Here's Keel back in. Keel gets it to Drew Daniel for 3. It's up good, and we're tied with a minute 50 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Welcome to Wells Fargo Dowling Catholic. 62 all here with a minute 43.
That is Daniel's second 3 of the afternoon. He's got 15 points, making it his third 3 of the afternoon. And now a timeout called by Cedar Falls and head coach Ryan Schultz. And it'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. With a minute 35 remaining, we're tied. Dowling 62, second-seeded Cedar Falls 62. They are the 2-time defending champs, and the Maroons are knocking on the door, Mike.
We almost saw a number 1 seed go down last night in 4A. Mm-hmm. Could we see the number 2 seed go down here this afternoon? Dowling with a great opportunity. And, Mark, I'm sure Coach O'Connor is talking about the fact that right now, with a minute 35 to go, only 4 team fouls. They can be very aggressive defensively. And even if they get a foul, still an opportunity. They're not putting Cedar Falls on the line.
2 fouls to give is what you're saying. Dowling has 2 fouls to give before Cedar Falls gets the bonus.
And they've got to do another great job on the boards, Mark. That shot goes up, whatever happens. Got to be 5 black shirts blocking out and getting to the boards.
And of course, Dowling wearing their road black uniforms today. Cedar Falls in their home white. Now they inbound the ball. Cedar Falls with it.
Yeah, Omaha on Olendijk.
With it is Landon Wolf. Olendijk and Wolf, the 2 leading scorers for Cedar Falls. They've done a decent job of keeping Corbett, their big center, in check this afternoon, has Dowling. With the basketball is Wolf. Tries to get inside, stolen away by Stillwell with a minute 10 remaining. So we're tied and Dowling with the basketball and a chance for the Maroons to get a lead.
Does Dowling want to hold and see if they can just get the last shot? And it looks like they are going to go into their delay game.
Possession arrow favors Dowling.
Yep.
Can you hold it for a minute?
Well, and Cedar Falls also with only 5 team fouls, so they can be aggressive here too.
All right, here's Riggs with it between the circles, out to Drew Daniel.
Dowling with 2 timeouts, Mark, so.
It's Stillwell, Riedel, Ballou, Riggs, and Drew Daniel. Now Stillwell comes up and takes the ball away from Riggs. Got to watch the officials. They have the clock on. They get 5 seconds. A bad pass by Riggs, stolen away. Cedar Falls down court. Layup is good by Landon Wolf. Oh, tough break for the Maroons. Wolf with the basket, his 22nd point, and a timeout Dowling. Oh, they got lazy with the basketball, Mike, and we'll keep it here. It's a 30-second break. We'll keep it here.
Wolf came and double-teamed Ryan Riggs out top, and when Riggs turned to throw to that weak side, it was Cernette with the steal. Just a great play by Cedar Falls. There's Wolf and Cernette getting that steal down to Wolf for the layup. And a good effort by Riggs to try and block that, but couldn't get it. So Mark, plenty of time here, though, okay? 22 and a half seconds to go, but again, if I'm Coach Schultz, they can make it tough on Dowling, commit a foul here, make Dowling have to take it out again. Ball's going to be inbounded on the side, right in front of us, actually.
Our official will inbound the ball right in front of us.
And I would imagine this has got to be looking at going, Matt Stillwell going to the basket here.
All right, Keel has the ball in the backcourt. It's Keel, Riedel, Daniel, and the ball's thrown away. Keel tried to lob it to Drew Daniel, and a whistle in the backcourt foul on Dowling.
Well,
with 14 seconds remaining.
They set a back screen, and Drew Daniel had his man, but unfortunately, Keogh just didn't ball fake, and Cernette with a great defensive play. That's 2 steals for Cernette in the last 20 seconds.
So Daniel commits the foul. That's Drew's third. 64-62. Cedar Falls by 2. 14.5 seconds remaining, and that was team foul number 5. They got one more to give.
Dowling's going to have to foul right away.
And they do, as Riedel will commit the foul. He was the first one there, and that'll be his first foul, and
they're going to have to do it one more time.
And Cedar Falls will go in the bonus. This is a 16 foul on Dowling. Next foul will send Cedar Falls to the line. And for Coach O'Connor and his coaching staff, who to let the ball be into, who do you want to shoot the 1-and-1? Inbound the ball is Wolf. Gets it in to Cernette, and he'll go to the line for a 1-and-1. Foul on Dowling.
So far on the game, Mark, Cedar Falls 10 for 12 on the day at 83%. And Cernette just stepped up to the line about a minute and a half ago and hit 2 of them. So
they give Riedel with the foul, his second. And free throws coming for Ben Cernette, who's 2 for 2 in this contest. He has 7 points. And both his free throws were hit earlier in this quarter. 64-62, 11 and a half seconds remaining. Cedar Falls by 2, and Cernette eyes a bucket. First free throw up, no good! Tipped around and rebounded by Stillwell.
Got a chance, but they got to hurry, Mark.
Maroons got to get it tied. 5 seconds remaining. Here's Matt with it. Off a ball screen by Riggs. Goes down the left side. Matt in the corner, and they can't get it off. They'll wave it off. Drew Daniel was going to launch the 3, and he had it in his hands. Hits the deck, and the game is over. And Cedar Falls moves on to the semifinals as they will face Ankeny. Final score, Cedar Falls 64, Dowling 62. And just like that, Mike Swain, Dowling's season has ended.
Well, it was a fantastic played game, Mark, and Dowling had an opportunity there. You got to give a lot of credit to the Cedar Falls defense for making it difficult. Matt had nowhere to go, and he dribbled down to that baseline side, got it to Drew Daniel, and in the end, a block shot there on the 3. I'm not even sure that Drew Daniel got it off in time anyway, Mark.
Got it in his hand.
And so Dowling's season's going to come to an end, but a valiant effort by this Maroon team. They played so hard and had an opportunity, Mark, with a minute to go in the ball, tie game, and then a couple turnovers, just uncharacteristic of Dowling in that second half. Not able to get it done.
And that all started with about a minute 10. Dowling had the ball. The game was tied. They tried to take some time off the clock, and a lazy pass, if you will, that caused a transition basket by Landon Wolf, and for his team high 22 points, and that's what did it. And you have to foul, and you got to score in every possession. Dowling now will be handed their participation trophy here at Wells Fargo Arena, but the Maroons' season comes to an end with a record of 16-8. Dowling bows out with a loss here this afternoon. Cedar Falls 64, Dowling 62, along with Mike Swain, Mark Emmerdale. And we'll move to our postgame show following these messages here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Thank you, construction professionals, for underwriting our show, Man Up. Heard Mondays at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Construction professionals have been long supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio, and we've seen their work. It's beautiful.
They do remodeling or new construction that is innovative, functional, and designing what you want. It's a family business built on a strong foundation to create a new or remodeled home that is uniquely yours.
CPCustomHomes.com. From our family to yours, God bless. Thank you, construction professionals.
Thank you, Dental Associates, for underwriting Dowling Catholic Sports 365. With over 40 years' experience, Dental Associates is a group dental practice with the mission of promoting optimum health and well-being to all patients, providing preventative, restorative, and cosmetic dentistry for the entire family. Message underwritten by Dr. Kenton Gleichman, Dr. Steve Karbaka, Dr. Christine Mulcahy, and Dr. Ben Nagel. Dental Associates, addressing your smile, needs, and dreams. Online at DesMoines-DentalAssociates.com.
And welcome back to Wells Fargo Arena here in downtown Des Moines. Final score, Cedar Falls defeats Dowling 64-62 here at the Boys State Basketball Tournament. And that secures the final spot in Class 4A for the semifinals, which are now set. Beginning tomorrow night at 6:30, it'll be Waukee and Ankeny Centennial in their rematch. Waukee won the first meeting over in Waukee earlier this season in a non-division game of the CIML. And those two teams will battle it out tomorrow in Game 1 at 6:30 on Thursday night, Waukee and Ankeny Centennial. And the winner of that game will meet the winner of the Game 2 between the Ankeny Hawks, who will take on Cedar Falls. Cedar Falls, the two-time defending state champs, who defeated Dowling 64-62 in Game 1. So it'll be Cedar Falls and Ankeny in the second game, as Mike Swain, my broadcast partner, has to move over to TV as the third game of the day here at Wells Fargo Arena. The teams are out on the court, so he has to get ready for his TV. He'll be joining the folks at the Iowa High School Sports Network and broadcasting that game on TV. But Ankeny earlier today, an upset winner over number 3 seeded Iowa City West. Congratulations to the Ankeny Hawks. They defeated Iowa City West 68-54, and they will meet Cedar Falls, the two-time defending champs. We'll take a look at the scoring in this contest as we've got most of that done. Dowling had 4 players in double figures this afternoon. Maroons were led by Drew Daniel with 15 points. Unfortunately, Drew couldn't get the final shot out of his hands in the corner for the win before the horn sounded here at the end of regulation. And Daniel finishes with 15 points. He was followed by Matt Riedel with 14 points off the bench for Dowling. Matt Stillwell with 12 points. Ryan Riggs with 12 points. Michael Keel finishing with 5 points and 2 points for Joe Stracco. Omaha Ballou with 2 points. As the Maroons went 5 for 5 from the free throw line this afternoon here at Wells Fargo Arena. And for Cedar Falls in this contest, they were led by Landon Wolf with 22 points. He leads the way for Cedar Falls. Josh Olendike, the player of the year in the Mississippi division of the Missouri Valley Conference, he finishes with 13 points. He had 2 of those 13 in the second half. He had 11 of those points at halftime, held to 2 points by Dowling in the second half. Rounding out scoring, Trey Campbell for Cedar Falls with 6 points, 7 points for Ben Cernett, and 4 points for Cale Loescher. Chase Corbett, their starting center for the Cedar Falls Tigers, finishing with 5 points. And Joe Knutson, their backup center, finishing with 2 points. Cedar Falls finished the contest 10 of 11 at the free throw line. So pretty good free throw percentage for both teams. Dowling went 5 for 5 at the line. Cedar Falls unofficially 10 of 11. But the Tigers led by Landon Wolf with 22 points and Josh Olendike with 13. Again, Dowling with 4 players in double figures, led by Drew Daniels, 15 points, and Matt Riedel off the bench with 14 to lead Dowling. Maroons close out their season with a record of 16-8. They were tied for second in the Central Iowa Metro League Central Division with a 6-4 record. They actually tied with Ankeny for second place as Centennial won the conference. As a matter of fact, all 3 of those teams here at the state tournament in Class 4A. Cedar Falls improves its record to 22-2. They finished 12-1 in the Mississippi division of the Mississippi Valley Conference. And they have now won 11 in a row. They've won 11 in a row, and they'll take out Ankeny tomorrow night. And they'll tip off at 6:30 here at Wells Fargo Arena. We're going to take our final break and come back. We'll recap things. Want to do a lot of thank yous for our season, kind of preview our summer sports that'll be taking place here in May, June, and July here in Iowa Catholic Radio as we follow Dowling Catholic softball and baseball this summer. Joe Stacy with the call throughout the majority of those games, but we'll come back and wrap things up. Again, the final. Dowling season ends as Cedar Falls, the number 2 seed, knocking off 7th-seeded Dowling. 64-62 the final here at Wells Fargo Arena. Dowling season closes with a record of 16-8. And I'll return with final thoughts in our final break here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio's broadcast of Dowling Catholic sports and activities is provided by Chemin, a global ingredient manufacturer using science to transform the quality of life for 80% of the world. Chemin is on the leading edge of molecular science, manufacturing more than 500 specialty ingredients for the human and animal health and nutrition, pet food, aquaculture, nutraceutical, food technologies, crop technologies, and textile industries. Chemin strives to sustainably transform the quality of life every day for 80% of the world with their products and services. Chemin, using science to transform the world. Online at chemin.com.
Thank you to Mercy One for their support of Iowa Catholic Radio. From the cardiovascular experts at the Iowa Heart Center to the pediatric services of Mercy Children's Hospital and Clinics, Mercy provides complete care for Central Iowa's adults and children with more than 50 primary care and specialty clinics in the Des Moines area. Find a convenient Mercy One location near you. Online at mercydesmoines.org.
And welcome back to Wells Fargo Arena here in downtown Des Moines, the Boys State Basketball Tournament, Class 4A action, and it was Cedar Falls defeating Dowling 64-62. The Maroons had it tied in the final minute, and a turnover and free throws by Cedar Falls as a two-time defending Cedar Falls Tigers move into the semifinals tomorrow night, and they will take on Ankeny. Ankeny Hawks, a winner earlier today. And that game will tip off at 8:30 or at 8:15 tomorrow night. The other semifinal has Ankeny taking on Waukee, and that game will get underway at 6:30 here at Wells Fargo Arena. And I want to thank my broadcast partner, Mike Swaim. He had to move over to the TV side as he has the next game going on here as the semifinals begin for the small schools as they are warming up right now. And I can't say enough about our thanks to our sponsors all throughout the year. To Me and Sons, located at 1501 Southeast 1st Street. Our thanks to Mario, Joe, Louie, and Joe Jr. For their support, not only during football but also during basketball season. 515-282-7976. You can order takeout. You can also order online at tomeandsons.net. They're located at 1501 Southeast 1st Street, just south of Principal Park, where the Iowa Cubs play, just south of downtown Des Moines. Our thanks to them for their support. Our thanks also to Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Dental Associates, and Chemin. Appreciate the support of R&R Realty Group, Two Rivers Glass and Door, Mercy One, and our thanks to Gene Wells and the folks at the Catholic Tuition Organization for all their support throughout the football and basketball season. Unfortunately, with Dowling's final game, that'll be our final broadcast of the basketball season. A reminder that baseball and softball will be broadcast here on Iowa Catholic Radio this summer. Joe Stacy with the call for those games. If I'm open, I'll be joining him. And the season begins in late May and runs through June and July. So Joe for the call here on Iowa Catholic Radio. The season summer schedule will be posted online at iowacatholicradio.com under Dowling Catholic Sports tab. So be mindful of that. And that schedule will probably be put up here sometime during spring break here in the next week or so. Our thanks also to the folks at Dowling, Dr. Dan Ryan, the president of Dowling Catholic High School, athletic director and head football coach Tom Wilson. Our thanks to the folks in the athletic office, Mary Pick, who does a tremendous job coordinating all the events. She and Michael Connor, who doubles as the assistant athletic director, my thanks to them and our thanks to them for what they provide in helping us with our broadcast. Father Ryan Andrew, the Dowling chaplain, we appreciate his prayers before each and every game. Our thanks to him for taking time out and all the folks at Dowling. And a reminder, folks, if you don't have your ticket to the Dowling Bash on Buffalo Road, which begins here next month on Saturday, August 18th, you can go online at dowlingcatholic.org. You can order your tickets. Tickets are on sale right now for $50 a piece. And after this Friday, they go on sale for $60 a piece, and it'll be emceed. The event will be emceed by Channel 13 sports reporter and Dowling grad John Sears, Mr. Soundoff. He'll be the MC this year. The dinner begins at 6 o'clock. Or the doors open at 6 o'clock, and dinner served at 7:30. That's Saturday, April 18th, the Bash on Buffalo Road. And there'll be a sit-down dinner before this year's auction. Of course, a number of auction items available. You can go to DowlingCatholic.org to look at some of those, including Notre Dame football ticket package, trips to St. Croix and Cuba, and different kinds of artwork and more. They'll also have a 50-50 ticket to be drawn, along with a heads or tail game with 2 prizes. So, again, go to DowlingCatholic.org and reserve your tickets for the Bash on Buffalo Road, the Dowling auction on Saturday, April 18th. I'll be there. I hope you are too. Our thanks also to the folks at Iowa Catholic Radio. Tony Calumet, our outstanding executive director, along with Jimmy Olson, Deacon Donny Valdez behind the scenes, Mike Downer, our sales guy, Brian Sweeney, who does so much to keep things afloat, and our student producers all season long, Jeff Piggott, David Beltram, Brady Grimm. Appreciate all their work, including David Beltram, who had the afternoon shift today. Thank you for that, and our business underwriters and supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio. Thanks to all of them in our 43rd year of broadcasting Dowling Catholic Sports. And, of course, down here at Wells Fargo Arena, our thanks to our host, the Iowa High School Athletic Association, Tom Keating, the executive director, Chris Cuellar, who handles the media relations, and all the folks behind the scenes. And our next broadcast will be high school baseball and softball this summer, so log on to iowacatholicradio.com, and the broadcast schedule will be up probably in the next week. The final score for the final time this afternoon, it was Cedar Falls defeating Dowling Catholic 64-62 in the boys state basketball game. Maroons close out their season with a record of 16-8, and Cedar Falls moves on to the semifinals with a record of 22-2, and they will face Ankeny tomorrow night at 8:15. In game one of the other semifinal, it'll be Waukee taking on Ankeny Centennial, and they'll tip off at 6:30 tomorrow night right here at Wells Fargo Arena. For my broadcast partner, Mike Swaim, and we want to thank Steve DeVinny on the girls' games, along with Kevin O'Hare, Gary Steenblock, Jimmy Cataldo, Gary Birdwell for all the work as they had to endure me throughout the season. Thanks for stepping up as we try to cover close to, over 40 games here on Iowa Catholic Radio. We appreciate all those guys for stepping up. And we want to thank everybody else for tuning in on 1150 AM, 88.5 and 94.5 FM. As we stream online at iowacatholicradio.com, you can also receive and listen to programming through your iPhone, and just download the free Iowa Catholic Radio app at the App Store. That'll wrap up our broadcast. For my broadcast partner, Mike Swaim, for our student producer, David Beltram, and everybody involved with our broadcast all season long, this is Mark Amadale saying good afternoon from Wells Fargo Arena here at the Boys State Basketball Tournament. Again, the final, Cedar Falls defeating Dowling 64-62. Have a blessed and safe field afternoon.
Our coverage of Dowling Catholic High School basketball is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Construction Professionals, Dental Associates, Kemen, Mercy One, and Tamia & Sons. Please support the businesses that underwrite Iowa Catholic Radio on 1150 AM, 88.5 FM, 94.5 FM, streaming at iowacatholicradio.com and on the Iowa Catholic Radio app. The proceeding has been a Dowling Catholic Sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio.